Freedom here with you as usual here in the parking lot. The last couple of days have been interesting. I forgot to tell y'all. Worked 8 hours day before. We worked 8 hours yesterday. They said we're working 8 hours today. I think it's a parts issue thing. I don't know. But interesting, because we've been on 9-hour days so long. I almost forgot what an 8-hour day was like. It was like, didn't we used to do this all the time? Yeah, like I said, we're not going to address all this nonsense that's been going on the last couple days because, frankly, I'm tired of it. I've already proved my point over and over and over again, and it's not worth the effort. I should have never gotten involved in this whole thing anyway, because I think it was Mark Twain who said, never argue with a fool in public because the rest of the people won't know the difference. So, who do I think actually shot? That's the big question, because it's not going to be easy to narrow down. Someone wants to know, who do I think shot JFK? It wasn't Lee Harvey Oswald, I can tell you that right now. Whoever actually made the kill shot, not sure. But the kill shot definitely came from the front to the wake up front to the right, called the JFK to jump to the back and to the left, which is classic Newtonian physics. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. I always died laughing when they said he was shot from behind and his brain shot out the front of his head so hard that it threw his back to threw his body back into the left. And I'm like, because if he had been shot from the back, then the autopsy photos you would have seen, half his face would have been gone and his brain would have been all over the governor and Mrs. Connolly in front of him, and it wasn't. It was all over to the back left of the car. So something more going on there. I couldn't rightly tell you who got to him first. I know that the mob was pissed, CIA was pissed, and a lot of other very wealthy people were pissed because of the reforms he was pulling. So, like, we'll never likely know who actually, was involved in that whole incident. So, I kind of let the JFK thing drop a long time ago because we're never going to know the answer, and even if we did, all the people who were involved are dead. But like I said, anyone who confronts me on the issue, I just look them dead in the face and I go, if it was all just this one person, if it was just Lee Harvey Oswald shooting from the book depository, which, by the way, he was a mediocre shot. He didn't qualify with a rifle. He made marksman the second time by 2 points. He didn't even hit the target last time. Then you hand him the world's worst designed shoulder-firing weapon ever conceived, the 6.5 millimeter Mannlicher Carcano that was manufactured in 1948, which was called the humane soldier's weapon because you more likely not hit your target even if you pointed the gun right at them and sighted it properly, or more likely blow up in your face. So that's why I decided to leave it there. You're never going to know the answer. I still do the occasional reading about it, but it wasn't Oswald. Especially when the paraffin tests on his cheek showed he didn't even fire a rifle that day. It's like, okay, but let's get back on topic, okay? Yeah, we're never going to know who actually, pulled the trigger. My guess, it was a triangular crossfire, 3 teams, and the team that was on the knoll was there in case the other shots didn't work. But okay, let's get moving. I want to give a shout out there to Mark. I'm glad you're meeting Michelle Gomez. I would love to meet her. Well, Shooty hasn't been seen because Shooty was finishing up some other stuff. He did do some pictures recently here at Bad Wolf, where they got him posted with the new Home of the Hooniverse sign that they have at Bad Wolf Studios. Yeah, I wonder where they got that term from. But I'm glad you're going to be meeting Michelle Gomez. Let's get on to another somber topic, though. Actor Julian Sands, age 65, is missing. Apparently, he's been missing since January 13th. Now, if you want to look him up, his name's pretty much spelled how it sounds, Julian Sands. He was in Arachnophobia, the Warlock movies, and made a lot of other appearances here and there in various other things. Very, very, compelling actor. And like I said, sadly, he is missing. Him along with a companion. I keep forgetting his name and I feel bad. But yeah, so that's been since the 13th up in the Mount Baldy area of California. And all right, the lead. All right, Julian Sands was the lead in Warlock. In Arachnophobia, he was the scientist who was into the spiders. Yeah, that Julian Sands is missing. Yeah, it's been a bad weather system in there, so they've not been able to do a lot of search. But like I said, we can only hope things turn out all right, but it has been a few days since it was reported. And it's kind of sad, too, especially when anyone, disappears up there in the mountains. But okay, why was Matt Smith? Matt Smith ignored people on set. Completely. If you're asking that question again, and I've talked to multiple people who were around set at that time, one of which I still talk to this day. Jenna didn't have anything to do with anybody either during that point. It wasn't until Peter Capaldi came in and started encouraging her to go, talk to the fans and all that's when she started. That was at Peter's urging. But like I said, Matt, unless he was, when they were doing the American tour, he showed a little effort. When they were shooting scenes here in the U.S., but it was very little effort, and that's because there was a lot of, press around. And of course, everybody says, well, he's the grandest thing at cons, but I'm like, yeah, because you're paying him how many dollars to hang around with you. Yeah, I completely forgot that was Pedro Pascal playing the lead in Last of Us. Because Lady G and I watched that yesterday. I forgot to tell her, yeah, that guy who's, in, the lead role, that's the guy who plays the Mandalorian. Somebody's backing their car into the space in front of me. Look at my ruddy complexion. Oh, darn. It didn't last long, did it? So sadly, yeah, Julian Sands is missing. And we hope, things turn out well. But like I said, he's been missing since the 13th. I'm hoping the same thing. The thing is, even though I'm a bit worried about the fact they've already demonstrated that Disney has been making suggestions on how to do the show, that worries me a lot more than anything else. But like I said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, in the tasting. So we're going to have to sit back and wait and see how things turn out. I'm not going to go, batshit crazy and declare the whole thing a mess, but until we actually see it. Julian Sands and a companion went hiking in the Mount Baldy area of California. And they've been missing ever since. Nobody has seen them. That's missing. Who knows? They might have. Well, I don't know. As far as I know, Disney is just supposed to be contributing to distribution. It's not actually a Disney production. You see, Disney does not own Doctor Who. They're doing the distributing using the Disney Plus channel. So like I said, I don't think we're going to see a logo. Maybe look for some hidden mouse ears, here and there, but. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope things turn out well, but like I said, it's not looking good. There's been rough weather throughout that whole area. Plus, they were reported missing, I believe, on the 13th, which I believe was last Friday. So it's been almost a week now. Okay, people were going mad because it cost 2,300 pounds. Sheesh, I could buy a car for that. But not a good car, but a used one with a lot of mileage for 2,300 pounds. Yeah, there's been a lot of speculation on who Ruby Sunday is. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Well, a lot of people, I was just being a little bit, flippant. A lot of people were going off on the fact that Shooty is black. And they started, when they gave the official photo, and that's why I kind of made the gag that, what, you think he looks African because his outfit's orange? I'm shocked they aren't complaining because he's going to be, the first doctor, except for the war doctor who has facial hair. The doctor's going to have a mustache? It's silly stuff like that. And like I said, I should have known not to step in on this nonsense on Twitter, but I see people getting, harassed and bullied over something, and yes, do not adjust your televisions. Your new doctor is black. And yes, he is British. Yeah, I haven't watched the new Avatar yet. But, yeah, Ruby Sunday, that name still messes me up because you got the song Ruby Tuesday. And then you have actress Ruby Rose. Which really doubles the confusion. Well, yeah, you had the war doctor, and I think it would have been interesting, to have a black woman in there, like Michaela Coel or something like that. But hey, I did tell you, your next doctor was not going to be a skinny white guy in a suit. It wasn't going to happen again anytime soon. Now that the door has been opened, they're going to exploit that and go into that as much as they can. It's, new territory. Exactly. I agree with you on that. That Masters of the Universe for Netflix was bad. It was horrific. And like I said, Kevin Smith just outright lied to everybody to get to watch it. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be sending Shooty anywhere near 1950s America. Which is a shame. It's a shameful period in our history. 50s and 60s. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, then again, we have a lot of shameful periods in this, but every country does. Every country's going through things they don't want to remember. But that's how we learn and we grow. Yeah, I have not seen Sex Education. Word is going around that, Joe Martin's getting her own Big Fish shares. I know that there's word that, what's his name? Now I forgot his name. Rinder, whatever his name, I heard he's getting his own series. So who knows? The whole thing's open. Okay, it's getting a bit late here, so please keep, Julian Sands and his hiking companion in mind today. Vinder, thank you. I keep forgetting his name. I don't know why. It's a simple name to remember. Yeah, Vendor, I believe, is getting his own series. I believe he's going to show up. Don't know in what kind of role for the specials, but I think he's definitely going to be there in some way or the other. Well, folks, I have got to get going because I just looked at the time. So please take care of yourselves out there. You know, be kind, be calm, be safe today. Enjoy your Thursday, and we'll see you all later on. Hopefully tomorrow in the future. Take care, everybody. And keep Julian saying their thoughts today, and his hiking companion.